It's deeply concerning. I think that it should be investigated. I think it should be prosecuted if need be. I think that these individuals know better.
A nonprofit led by a convicted child sex offender has hosted multiple events for children and more events scheduled, including a kids' babysitting party in the metro. I'm John Holt.
I'm Lauren Halifax. So law enforcement says there's little that they can do unless state lawmakers change the law. Tonight, a former state prosecutor says he's not buying that. It's his opinion they could take action under the current law. Fox 4's Malik Jackson's been looking into this. He joins us live from here in Midtown. Malik, what are the legal experts saying could be done to protect these kids from offenders?
They say that this situation tests the strength of Missouri laws when it comes to protecting children. In this case, you have two convicted child sex criminals, one of whom that founded this nonprofit. And in order to fundraise for this organization, these two women are hosting events that cater towards children. A trunk or treat last month, a face painting event, and an upcoming babysitting kids party. Some questions for you. So you got this nonprofit. Tell us about it. Joanna White helped start the nonprofit Sisters in Spirit Transitional Living Empowerment and Recovery Programs.
We are trying to open a nonprofit organization to women coming out of prison.
White is a convicted Tier 3 sex offender. That's the highest tier designation at the federal level. She spent 9 years behind bars after a jury found her guilty of raping a 13-year-old boy in 1997. Despite this conviction, she's defiant.
That was a long time ago. That's not who I am today.
As a Tier 3 sexual offender, she must stay registered for the rest of her life and follow rules set by the state.
The law says I cannot live by a school. The law says I cannot be in a park.
She lives at the same address as Jennifer Dix, who worked with this nonprofit. Dix is also a Tier 3 sex offender. She pleaded guilty in 2004 to statutory sodomy in the first degree and another felony for use of a child in a sexual performance. That child was 9 years old. Then what do you think about your partner that is a part of the leadership team for this nonprofit, Jennifer Dix?
She is no longer a partner.
But she was a partner of this.
At one time, yes.
As recent ago as the trunk or treat, she was still a partner then.
After that, she was no longer.
So she pled guilty to multiple crimes against a 9-year-old in 2004. So you didn't know that before you hosted an event for children.
Exactly.
Here's what we do know. On October 19th, the charity held a trunk or treat event for kids here in the metro. We also know the group has a scheduled babysitting kids party and another holiday event, a gingerbread party and contest on December 7th. Greg Watt is a defense attorney who previously worked as a Jackson County prosecutor. He believes the trunk or treat broke the law that bars sex offenders from having contact with children at Halloween events.
I think it's very clear that the contact is to be absolutely avoided at all costs.
The law specifically references October 31st, raising questions about Halloween events held on other days. So you think if you presented this case in front of a jury as a former state prosecutor, you think you could get a conviction?
I think I could. I think the sentiment is this. So what are we seeking to do in terms of the spirit of the law? Like, what is the policy behind it? What are the goals behind it? And I think the goals and the policy and the spirit of the law are pretty clear about why this exists and who it exists for.
Working for you, Fox 4 reached out to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and Prosecutor Melissa Johnson. Her office said, "We take the safety of our children seriously." We're working with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office to gather more information about this situation. The Sheriff's Office oversees offenders registered in this county. Sheriff Daryl Forte stated that deputies must enforce the statutes as written. Should the statute be revised to a broader restriction, such as any Halloween-related activities during the month of October of each year, it could possibly close this loophole in the law.
We see these laws enforced strictly to the letter in Clay County, Platte County, Johnson County, Kansas, and then Cass County. Where we don't see the priority on these types of situations is Jackson County. I think they need to look at some of the policy decisions for why this law was created.
Fox 4 tried to access the Facebook group where these flyers were posted, but that group was paused the same day we interviewed White.
God said, don't judge. Let me judge. Get to know somebody before you judge. That's what I would tell the community, like I'm telling you.
White tells Fox 4 that she does not plan to attend the babysitting kids party, even though her number is on the flyer. And again, the prosecutor's office here in Jackson County, following our investigation, says that they will consult the Jackson County Sheriff's Office as they begin to review this situation. John.
Malik Jackson in Midtown tonight. Malik, thanks.